So unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard all the hype around AI. But if you're like most business owners, you're not actually sure of the best way to use it in your business. And that used to be me as well, until I built this super simple 3-step system which showed me exactly what to use AI for in my business, how to use it, and it made AI a complete game changer for both my growth and efficiency. So in this video, I'm going to show you that exact system so you can start utilizing AI in your business the right way. So to start, I want to show you a mistake that's caused most business owners I know to waste months trying to get AI to work in their business, and it's probably happening to you right now. And look, I'm not Superman. This happened to me as well. When AI started becoming actually useful for businesses, I dropped everything and started, binging tons of YouTube videos thinking, okay, how can I use this? And I'd see someone build an automation and use AI in a certain way, so I'd copy them straight away. And after an embarrassingly long period of time, like 2 months, I realized that the AI was doing nothing for my business. In fact, I actually ended up having to work more. Now, this happens because see, when you dive into AI without a plan, you end up trying to automate things that either don't need automating, can't be automated yet, or worse, you start adding entirely new tasks to the business just so that AI has something to do, which means you end up wasting your time, increasing the complexity of your operations, and also risking your reputation and quality. It makes no sense to start doing a task or thing in the business just so that you can automate it, and it makes no sense to spend hours building AI systems for stuff that creates no value for your business or your customer. And I know that sounds like stupidly obvious, but with all the hype and fear that's being created around AI right now, it's an incredibly easy trap to fall into. And before I show you what actually works, there are a few things I've seen almost every entrepreneur try to automate, and on the surface they seem like a good idea, but they're really just a complete waste of time. It's sort of like, if you want water from a well, you can either put the bucket on the line and lower it down, or you can build a machine that lowers it down for you, but you still have to put the bucket on the machine, stand there, and then take it back off. It's like, what are you doing? Some things just quite simply aren't worth automating. Emails are a perfect example. It seems like AI should be fantastic and amazing at, doing your emails, but this tweet that I saw summed it up perfectly. I don't understand this idea that AI can answer your emails. I sent more than 200,000 emails during the 15 years I ran a business, and probably 150,000 more sent when I was a lawyer. Each one required my personal input, knowledge that simply cannot be reduced to an algorithm involving the balancing of hundreds or thousands of pieces of information internal to me. If I allowed AI to access every written piece of data about my business and my prior correspondence, it would not cover 10% of the necessary information to respond correctly to emails, much less the relative weightings and interactions of each of those pieces of data. Whose emails is AI supposed to answer? Seriously, what emails are we talking about? And that tweet, I read that the other day and it summed it up perfectly. That's exactly it. AI could write your emails for you, but you'll have to tell it what to write, at which point, why not just write the fucking email? Some things in your business are far better handled by you in a systemized and structured way, or by a team member. So with that, let me show you the first step to building AI systems in your business in a way that actually adds value and does not waste your time, because that is the biggest issue. Most automations and AI uses are useless. And it's because if you can't see exactly what your business does and how it does it, well, you can't know what to automate, what to use AI for, or how to build it. So step one is systems mapping, where you map out every task in your business under the relevant function of your business to see what your business actually does in the first place. That was a lot of businesses. Now let me show you step two, and this is how you can find out what can be automated or use AI in the first place. The big thing to consider here when you're doing this is if something is customer facing or non-customer facing. So if a customer or lead sees it and interacts with it, you want to be more strict with whether or not you use AI, because in this context, we want everything to be as good as possible. And most of the time, a human is still better than AI. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use AI for customer facing stuff. For example, I've built a ton of AI tools for my clients to help make systemizing their business faster and easier, like my SOP bot, which makes custom amazing SOPs in minutes, which I'll leave a link to that in the description below, by the way, if you want to check it out to see a good example of how to build the AI bot, and it's a really simple one. But essentially, you don't want to hand off every single thing. Imagine I built an AI avatar of me that took my coaching calls or responded to my clients' messages. That would be fucking shite. They would not like that, okay? So for step two, you want to audit your systems map from step one and go through each process to see what can be automated or what can use AI. And obviously, right now there's literally thousands of AI tools out there. So it's impossible to know in your head what can do what. So this is where AI itself is very useful. Just upload a screenshot of your systems map to Claude or GPT or Gemini if you're a bit weird. And AI jokes there. But ask it, firstly, what can use AI? Secondly, what should use AI? And then thirdly, how to set it up. Now, you'll probably find that it flags things that either don't need AI, shouldn't use AI, or that you don't want to use AI for. So you then obviously have to use a bit of the good old common sense and critical thinking to see if you agree and think those automations are worth setting up. Which brings us to step 3, and this is actually where you start using AI. So once you've figured out what to use AI for, ask your AI of choice to help you set it up. Tell it to explain step by step what to do, and see anytime you're not sure how to do something. Just tell the AI that you're not sure how to do it. It'll re-explain it and then follow those steps. What you can then do is go through your entire systems map. Automate what can be automated. Delegate what can be delegated. And see when every single process in your systems map that is involved in the daily operations of your business doesn't get done by you, but by an AI or a team member, your business can run without you, and you can then do whatever you want, whether that's sipping Mai Tais on the beach or focusing solely on the important work that actually grows your business. Now, see those 3 steps. They make it incredibly clear and simple how to use AI in your business, but there are a few specific use cases which I think every business owner should implement to save you time and increase your team's efficiency that are not really obvious. One of the main ones is, so you know how your team asks you a ton of questions and it feels like you're the only one who can do anything right? Well, you can fix that with a U-bot, which I couldn't think of a better name, but it's essentially a bot trained on you. It's a bot trained on your thoughts, how you make decisions, your business's SOPs, your goals, your values, all of it. This way your team can essentially just talk to the bot and ask it questions about anything in the business, whether it's how should they make this decision or how do they do this task, which is not only better for you, but it's faster for them. Now, this only works if your SOPs, goals, and decision frameworks are actually built out properly, because the AI will only ever be as good as what you train it on. But once they are, you can build this inside a custom GPT or a full-on AI bot. Again, just ask your AI of choice how to set it up. There's 0 point in me showing you. I was considering, showing you the computer and showing you how to build this out, but there's 0 point because everything is changing so fast, so that, if you're watching this video 6 months after it's published, it could be obsolete. And look, AI is only going to get better. To what level? No idea. But the exponential curve is not as exponential as we originally thought it was going to be, and it's largely a bubble. Now, don't come at me and say, oh, what do you mean AI is a bubble? It is, right? It doesn't mean it's not going to change the world. Look at the .com bubble with the internet. It was an economic bubble, but it still changed the world, okay? Now, AI is the same. It might be to an even higher level. Again, we don't know to what level, but regardless, it is slowly leveling the playing field, especially in terms of information. The main thing it can't do is give you specific information that you would never think to ask for in your situation, because your AI will only give you answers that are as good as the questions you ask, and sometimes even the answers aren't as good as what a coach would give. But the AI can't give you information that you did not know to ask for, and so that's where a coach really stands out, as well as the accountability that you get from a coach or consultant. But really, sooner or later, the only advantage left will be the level and speed at which you can execute, focus, and prioritize, which is why one of the major things I focus on with my clients in the MOS is not only systemizing their business, but systemizing how they operate so they can operate at their peak and get that advantage. And one crucial part of doing that is how you structure your days and weeks to maximize productivity and actually ensure you're working on the right things. So click this video on screen now, and I'll show you exactly how to do that.